were out running free, wind against my face under the sun.
Hi, this is Pete with the second video in a series of 30 plus that I'm going to make to promote this album, Silhouette, Dafni songs performed by her friends, which I co-produced with Alfonso Rodenas. It's an album made in tribute to my late wife, Dafni Amasakis, who passed away in May 2016 from a sudden cardiac arrest. She was a musician in the Americana scene in Los Angeles, and she was very well liked, and she wrote a bunch of songs and played a lot of shows over the years. And after she passed away, it seemed like an obvious thing to do, to make a tribute album with her friends performing her songs. I'm in Westwood Village at the moment, home of UCLA, and I'm over the road from what used to be the Maui Beach Cafe. It's this establishment back here, which is now a generic sandwich chain shop, which I've never been inside. But the Maui Beach Cafe I used to come to many, many times with Dafni and her friend Julie. Hi Julie, if you're watching. Dafni, after work, after a day in the lab, Dafni and Julie would come to Maui Beach, drink a little too much, perhaps we could say, have dinner. After I've been in LA for a month or a few weeks or a month, I started joining them regularly for dinner and drinks, and I had a great time hanging out with those two. They were very fun to be around. You can kind of say this is where Dafni and I first dated, but it wasn't really dating, it was just kind of hanging around with your co-worker, maybe with a group of other people. We'd go to lunch all the time. We were working on similar projects. You know, I used to help her with her work, and we'd hang out with groups of friends. So there was never really a time when we dated, but I would say that we kind of courted, that might be the right word, here predominantly, I would say, at the Maui Beach Cafe. At the time I didn't know with Dafni, when I first met her, or the first month or so that I knew her, I didn't know if she had a boyfriend or not. It was hard to tell. I know she had been dating her guitar teacher Brian. Hi Brian, if you're watching. And for a while, a short period of time I guess. Yeah, so I thought Dafni liked me, like as soon as I met her. I mean, I knew I liked her. I thought she liked me. She claimed that she even thought my name was an attractive name, and she liked my name, which I still to this day don't believe. She told me it was true. I thought she liked me, but then when we'd come maybe here to Maui Beach, she'd be kind of flirting with the barman or flirting with the waiter, kind of wondering why he's not even looking at me and that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, I see, she likes that guy. Even though I got the feeling that she liked me, but she's actually pining for that guy. But anyway, these are the kind of things that happen during the courting phase. You know, after a few months, Dafni and I were going out, and we went out for 16 years straight, and got married. So all's well in that regard. Yeah, Dafni, we never really had a period where you could say this was our first date. Or this is, it wasn't like that. We just hung out and then kind of fell in love pretty quickly, I guess. For about 3 months before we were a couple. I'm outside the Habibi Cafe in Westwood. I used to come here for lunch all the time because they had really cheap and big sandwiches. And Dafni would join me quite often. And after we were dating, or actually when we were already a couple, let's say, and we would come here for lunch, we found out Habibi means my love in Persian. And so we would started calling each other, hey my Habibi, how are you my Habibi? That kind of stuff. And then we would shorten it to Harbs. So that was our pet name for each other. Hi Harbs, how you doing Harbs? Hi Harbs, bye Harbs. So people who've known us over the years might have heard us call each other Harbs. Maybe they thought she was saying like husband or hubby or something like that, but actually came Harbs from Habibi. So this place has a special place in my heart because we got our pet name for each other from this sandwich shop, which still exists in Westwood. Unusual because most places that I'm going to show you in this on all these videos I think have closed down, but this place still exists. I'm going to go inside and take a photo of the painting on the wall where it says Habibi in all the different languages. My love in all different languages. Now this video is all about Rich McCulley's version of Dafni's song Under the Blue Skies. Dafni's original version appears on this album, Sweet Time, track 5. And in my mind, I think in Dafni's mind, is one of the best songs that she ever wrote. I'm really happy that Rich chose to perform it, and he does a really good job. Rich is one of my favourite songwriters in the LA roots music scene. He has a bunch of really good albums. This one might be my favourite. Cerro Gordo has some nice songs that I particularly like. Forever California and I Finally Lost. I think they're really good songs. He's a good kind of pop rock songwriter, rootsy, great guitarist, and all around, I think, nice guy and quite a handy wit too. Rich performed this song on a day where we recorded 5 songs with Dafni's band, Jeff Ruckness on bass, Mark Sanfilippo on drums, and Peter Kavanagh, I believe, on banjo on this song. Ana Maria Rosales does backing vocal, which Rich overdubbed later at his studio. But this song was recorded at Kevin Jarvis' studio, where we did the Skiffle song. See the first video with Alfonso Engineering. And yeah, it was done on a day where we did 5 songs in 6 hours, something like that, with 5 different artists with the same backing band. So every artist only had about an hour. So the session was a little rushed, but I think we got out of it what we wanted was that we didn't overproduce the record, that we just did the songs in a few takes, get it right, get the feeling right, get the spontaneity, and I think we really captured it with Rich's version. I think he does a really good job on this. This song, Under the Blue Skies, is a song that didn't occur to me what the lyrics were really about until after Dafni had died, and where they took on a whole new meaning. There's a lot of references to death, dying, moving up to heaven, and yeah, those lyrics really was like a sucker punch in the gut when I first heard Rich sing it at the tribute show that we did before we made the record, because I wasn't listening to Dafni's music after she died. And then when I heard these songs, other people singing them, it was like, oh my god, what are those lyrics about? Stop it, Dafni. Rich sang, I believe, there was in one of the takes of the song, Dafni's version of the song is My Heart is a Rock, Sometimes I Wish It Would Stop, which is like, oh my, killer lyric considering that she died from a sudden cardiac arrest. And I just remember Rich, I wasn't listening because I was worrying about filming and I wasn't listening, but I think he said that sometimes I wish my heart could stop, and I remember we had to go back and listen to that lyric, and he got it right every other take, but the one time I listened to he said could instead of would, and I remember having a bit of a discussion about whether, well, does it matter if it's I wish my heart could stop or I wish my heart would stop, but we fixed it anyway. Yeah, here it is, Rich McCulley singing Under the Blue Skies, Dafni's song Under the Blue Skies, accompanied by Jeff Ruckness on bass, Mark Sanfilippo on drums, Peter Kavanagh on banjo, and Ana Maria Rosales on backing vocals. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Remember how you met?
Not exactly, but it seems like Dafni was part of that whole Cinema Bar and Beyond thing. And I don't remember ever going there without knowing Dafni. I mean, it must have been right away when I first moved to town. Mm-hmm. You know, I know I met Sarah Stanley really early on, and she was friends with Sarah. I think Sarah's, oh, come watch my friend Dafni. Okay, you know. Mm-hmm. She's, you know, how can you not be friends with Dafni?
Right.
Well, that's the breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So. Sometimes I wish I were out running free. The winter rain pouring down on me. Dreams of mountains ahead, far beyond the sea. I'm up into the skies is where I'll be. I loved her finger picking. I thought she was really great. And I love her songs. They sound timeless. There were times that I would think, is this an old song? And sure enough, it was one that she had written. There was that part of her that was like another era, in a good way.
Yeah.
Timeless. Good, that was cool, man. And yeah, you could even keep it going in that breakdown. He can always mute it when he's mixing. He can decide what sounds better. Okay. But I think it sounds great.
Cool.
From the moment I ever first heard her play it, it's just a great song. Again, it's another one that sounds timeless in the lyrics and the music, and it has the cool little guitar riff. And I instantly, when you asked about playing the tribute show, that was the first song that came to my mind. There's a lot, but it's always been, any artist you dig, you always have your favorite tune, right?
This is a song about traveling.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I wish I were out roaming free, the wind against my face under the sun. I've run far away, swim across the sea, find a final resting place for me. Under the night sky and under the moonlight I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies I'm traveling, searching for you.
always thought it was a great song, but the lyrics really hit me from a different spot when I started learning it. And it was kind of like, wow, can I make it through this? A couple lines about, I guess, death and what lies ahead didn't strike me as that before, and it kind of, and that's why I wanted to take a little bit more somber approach to it. I think these guys killed it. I hope I did Dafni's song justice. I think it's a beautiful song. Sometimes I wish I were out running free, wind against my face under the sun. I'd run far away, swim across the sea, find a final resting place for me. Under the night sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies, I'm traveling, searching for you. My heart is a rock. At times I wish I would stop, but then I'd never find a place to call my own. And the mountains ahead are calling out to me, climbing to the sky, that's where I'll be. Under the night sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies, I'm traveling, searching for you. Sometimes I wish I were out running free, the winter rain pouring down on me. Dreams of mountains ahead, far beyond the sea, climb up into the sky, that's where I'll be. Under the blue sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies, I'm traveling, searching for you, searching for you. Under the night sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies, I'm traveling, searching for you. One thing that just came up in my mind, I mean, you know, when she passed, you go looking through pictures or listening to their music or thinking about your friends. And 2009 was like the worst year of my life, at least up until that point. And I remember earlier in that day, I was having a conversation with Sarah Stanley. I said, 2010 is going to be better. And I didn't have any plans, and then Dafni and you invited me over for New Year's Eve. And I just really felt that, like this, and just her hospitality, everyone singing. And then if you remember, we all went on a hike the next day too.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But
I don't think I joined you.
maybe you didn't.
Maybe Dafni joined you.
But she did. And I definitely just, just remember that. Just being in a place where I needed someone smiling face, and there it was.
Mm-hmm. So that was the beginning of a good new year.
Well, I met Anna, and soon later came Jarvis.
Yeah.
It was a much better year. But if there's one other time that stands out, I don't know if you remember, there was that Julie Richmond was doing her series.
Yeah.
And it was at some bar. I can't even think of the name of it.
It was
out
by
the
the LAX,
airport.
yeah.
But it was like 113 that day.
I think it was the hottest day of the year, or
it was like the hottest day in 50 years or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And we were just sweating, and we couldn't open but we were all up there just having a great time. Jamie, Dafni, and Sarah, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
And me and Chris Lawrence backed everybody
right,
up.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it was just really fun, and I don't know, that just was one of those like ridiculous times, 113 in West LA.
This is a song called Under the Blue Skies. And I guess it's a song about looking into the future and thinking about there's a big world out there, and if you're feeling down, you just can look up and see the blue skies and the mountains, and maybe it's not all that bad. So I guess that's what the song's about. On the record, Dan Janish sings harmonies on this. Alright, cool. Alright, I love this song. Sometimes I wish I were out roaming free, the wind against my face under the sun. I'd run far away, swim across the sea, find a final resting place for me. Under the night sky and under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies I'm traveling, searching for you. My heart is a rock, at times I wish it would stop, but then I'd never find
I mean, I have some photos of that. There was a group photo, and I reposted that when Dafni passed. That was the one that I found. It's really beautiful that you're doing this.
Yeah, well,
The music
I'm happy
lives.
that everyone's doing it, and it sounds great. Everyone's performing really well, and it's done with a lot of love and a lot of heart put into it.
Well, you know, Dafni definitely. People loved her. We all loved her.
She brought all these people together, not me. You know.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're right, but you know, she picked you for a reason, or you picked her, or you picked each other.
Yeah, I think so.
1, 2. Sometimes I wish I were out running free, wind against my face under the sun. I'd run far away, swim across the sea, find a final resting place for me. Under the night sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies I'm traveling, searching for you. My heart is a rock. At times I wish I would stop, but then I'd never find a place to call my own. And the mountains ahead are calling out to me. Climb up into the sky, that's where I'll be. Under the night sky, under the moonlight, I dream, dream, dream. Under those blue skies I'm traveling, searching for you. Sometimes I wish I were out running free, the winter rain pouring down on me. Dreams of mountains ahead, far beyond the sea. Climb up into the sky, that's where I'll be. Under the night sky, under the